approves voters and Rivers elect chairpersons, councillors. Rivers State Administrator Vice Admiral Ibas as troops kills a terrorist, rescue kidnapped victims in fresh operations. Good afternoon, welcome to the Rstv News. This is a task you and I must accomplish. Remember, you can watch Rstv News live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And this is me saying happy election day. I'm sure as you wonderful citizens, you've gone out there to cast your votes. And our details of the news. Rivers State Administrator Vice Admiral Ibas has said that the Saturday local government elections will serve as an important step towards restoring democratic governance in the grassroots. Vice Admiral Ibas, who spoke at Government House Port Harcourt during a meeting with Labour leaders and local government administrators,
an important step towards restoring democratic governance at the grassroots level. And it presents us all an opportunity to choose our leaders at that level of governance. In electing them, it is important that we recognize the need for there to be clarity in the resources available to them at resumption of their tenures.
Vice Admiral Ibas also directed that the ongoing staff verification exercise now at the local government level should be concluded by September 4, 2025. He said accurate records of staff and pensioners were vital for effective grassroots governance and informed that so far 37,703 staff, 19,186 state pensioners, 2,004 local government pensioners and 8,000 council staff across 7 local government areas have been verified. Vice Admiral Ibas lamented delays in gratuity and death benefits payment, disclosing that 117 million overpayment was uncovered in March, which is now under investigation.
My administration, recognizing the challenges of accurate data, the staff verification exercise initiative is crucial for transparency, accountability, and efficiency in our workforce.
Barabi Iglubo, Rstv News.
Commission RSEC Faga Ojukwu Field at about 9:35 a.m. At about 9:18 a.m. and non-sensitive materials were distributed to all units in Ward 17 Port Harcourt local government area at Lekaya Primary School in Port Harcourt. The chairman of the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RSEC, Michael Odey, says voting is already in progress in the LG elections. Now, ahead of the local government elections in Rivers State, a cross-section of the Rivers people have expressed the need for a peaceful election. Namdi Olimini reports that residents are calling on Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, political parties, the electorate to play the game according to the rules and ensure a smooth conduct of the election. His reports.
Barely few days from now, particularly on Saturday 30th August, residents and people of Rivers State are expected to come out en masse and exercise their franchise to choose their representatives at the third tier of government. To this end, well-meaning individuals have called on the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission to conduct a free, fair and credible election that will be acceptable to the generality of Rivers people and restore the confidence of the electorate on the commission.
In as much as the RSEC has come out to say that they are ready to conduct the elections, I want to advise the RSEC to be neutral, to be polite, to carry every parties along, and to whichever parties that are coming out to participate in these elections, they shouldn't be intimidated.
The truth research must face is that majority of Rivers people have very little confidence in the ability of research to deliver based on these areas I've mentioned. But here we are stuck with research. So the only way research can prove itself is to be truly independent.
Respondents specifically appealed to the political gladiators and their followers to eschew violence and adhere strictly to the rules of the game, reminding them that election should not be seen as a do-or-die affair.
I expect that every person in this state must be careful and learn to be peaceful, and then all should conduct themselves during this election. Okay. So that we don't want any angle of the state, anybody to be maltreated. The law enforcement agency must carry out their duty, but not to be brutal.
Others also enjoined eligible voters to come out and perform their civic responsibility, while calling on youths not to allow themselves to be used by anyone to foment trouble before, during and after the election, not leaving out the security agencies who are expected to carry out their duties effectively without bias.
I make haste to call on all Christians and people of goodwill in Rivers State to maintain peace and tranquility in conducting themselves in a special manner that reflects our Christian heritage.
If relevant stakeholders do what is expected of them, it is certain that the local government election in Rivers State will be a peaceful exercise. Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
Our Rivers State government has reaffirmed its commitment to eradicating professional misconduct, unethical practices, and quackery in the medical profession to safeguard the lives and well-being of residents. Chairman of the Rivers State Interprofessional Anti-Quackery Committee and acting Secretary of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Vincent Wachuku, stated this while briefing journalists in Port Harcourt on the committee's ongoing operations and recent achievements. Hannah Aman tells us more.
Dr. Wachuku disclosed that over 72 unlicensed medical facilities have been sealed and 12 individuals arrested since the committee began its enforcement drive. He noted that the committee's efforts are targeted at flushing out illegal medical practitioners and facilities operating in the state. According to him, investigations are ongoing for those arrested, as some are already facing prosecution. Dr. Wachuku also issued a stern warning to licensed medical professionals against collaborating with quacks, emphasizing that the government will not hesitate to bring defaulters to justice.
Since the inception of this anti-quackery committee, we have sealed about 72 hospitals. We have arrested 12 persons in connection with this quackery. So if we are not making progress, you won't, hear such news, and some of these things would have been happening.
The committee chairman further reiterated the ban on unauthorized medical outreaches by NGOs, religious bodies, or individuals, stressing that such activities must receive prior approval from the Ministry of Health to ensure safety and compliance with the medical standard.
We have made it clear that you must register your facility. So if your facility has been sealed, you will come back to the ministry to open another one. We know you, we'll identify you. Nobody will allow you to do that.
Also speaking, the chairman of Nigerian Medical Association, Rivers State Chapter, Dr. Diamond Tamunokuro, expressed the association's full support for the government's anti-quackery drive. He assured that the anti-quackery operations would extend beyond Port Harcourt and Obiakpo local government areas to other parts of the state in a bid to reposition the health sector and ensure access to safe professional healthcare services for all residents. Hannah Aman, Rstv News.
Rivers people have been urged to take advantage of the health insurance initiative, which the present state government has prioritized towards building a healthier and more inclusive Rivers State. Executive Secretary, Rivers State Contributory Health Protection Program, Rstv, Dr. Vetty Agala made the call during a press briefing to highlight the progress the agency has made in the last 7 months, as well as appreciate the commitment.
100 inmates of the Port Harcourt Correctional Centers. Also achieved is the inauguration of the Rstv board, while he equally approved the onboarding of all civil servants into the scheme, matching his words with sustainability of the scheme so that government workers and their households can be protected from out-of-pocket payments of medical bills.
For us, in the month of July, we spent time going from, we did a survey that actually proves that with better understanding, many civil servants are now ready to come on board. In fact, they have been calling individually to see how they can be part of the scheme. So we have gone beyond the point of civil servants wanting it to be voluntary. And we have the
Executive Secretary, major prerequisites for enrollment is the national identification number. To encourage all Rivers residents, especially those in the informal sector, to key in with a minimum of 15,000 naira for the Reef Care plan, while assuring that the health insurance scheme is of quality service.
Alright, so what we try to do is to educate our enrollees. I told you that we just started, we had done a few, about 3 LGAs or so, before we decided to pause for the local government elections and the campaigns going on. Now, the idea is for enrollees to know the benefits that they have. We don't intend that everybody will be sick. Actually, the concept of health insurance is that everybody, both those that are sickly, those that are not, the young, the old, everybody is in the pool.
Doris Tams Morrison, Rstv News.
The Rivers State Police Command, in combating crime and criminality in the state, has arrested 33 suspected criminals between January and August, recovering 146 rifles, 8,000 ammunition, 8 explosives, and 115 vehicles. Displaying the arms and ammunition at the State Police Headquarters, Moscow Road, Port Harcourt, the State Commissioner of Police, CP Olubenga Adekoju, disclosed that the arrests and recovery Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, DSS, and other critical security stakeholders. Correspondent Doris Morrison tells us more.
Addressing the press, CP Adepoju noted that the police intensified crackdown on violent crimes and also led to the arrest of the numerous suspects which some were involved in heinous offenses such as armed robbery, kidnapping, cultism, human trafficking, and murder. Adepoju, who stood side by side with state commanders of the Army, Navy, Air Force, and NSCDC during the media briefing, warned criminals to stay clear of the state as the security agencies moving forward will leave no stone unturned in bringing crime to a standstill. According to Adepoju, in one of their notable operations, the police arrested 12 suspects involved in vandalizing an oil spill well in Pian community and recovered 3 suspected explosives.
Through these united efforts, we have intensified our crackdown on violent crimes, leading to the arrest of numerous suspects involved in heinous crimes such as armed robbery, kidnapping, cultism, human trafficking, and murder, as well as recovery of vital exhibits.
Also, the Commissioner of Police in another significant operation led to the arrest of 7 suspects in connection with the murder of Barrister Bright Owo, with recovered items including 180 MTN SIM card, 4 locally made pistol, 7 rounds of 9mm ammunition, 2 live cartridges, 1 minibus, and 1 Toyota Camry. They said the police also dismantled an interstate car snatching syndicate, arresting 11 suspects and recovering 19 stolen vehicles. Furthermore, it disclosed that 2 notorious cultists were arrested with 1 AK-47 rifle, 2 magazines with 10 rounds of 7.62 mm ammunition.
This syndicate has been ravaging the state for a very long time. Since September 2024, we have been on their trail, and we're using one to arrest the other, and we arrest almost in all the states of the Federation where they have their bias.
The operation, a suspect was arrested for piracy and threatening violence at Eresekiri Fishing Port, Abonima, in Akuku Toru local government area, recovering 1 LAR rifle, 19 rounds of live ammunition, 1 pump action gun, 1 live cartridge, and 1 wrap of dynamite. The State Commissioner of Police reiterated the State Police Command's commitment to ensuring the safety and security of citizens and residents, appealing to the public to partner with security agencies by providing credible information to serve the community better. Speaking about the upcoming local government elections, the CP assured residents of adequate security, deploying sufficient manpower across the state to guarantee safety during the polls. Doris Morrison, Rstv News.
The International Association of World Peace Advocates, a global organization with special consultative status with the United Nations Economic and Social Council, ECOSOC, held its Sustainable Development Goals Conference in Nigeria with the theme, National Priorities, Broad-Based, Inclusive and Resilient Economic Transformation. The event was attended by experts, policymakers and stakeholders to discuss progress and challenges against the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals 10 years after their adoption. Melvin Jackson completes the story.
The conference, after assessing the progress made towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals in Nigeria and globally, highlighted challenges and areas for improvement, strategies for promoting inclusive and resilient economic growth, reducing inequality, and improving living standards. In her address of welcome, Rivers State Director of the International Association of World Peace Advocates, Ambassador Juliet Nwokocha, stated that IOPA has been active in Nigeria since 2019 when it became a participant in the United Nations Global Compact, adding that it has been in the forefront of promoting peace and sustainable development in Nigeria.
Let us seize this opportunity to reaffirm our dedication to the SDGs. IPA runs on two wheels, basically. They promote and support the United Nations SDGs.
International Director of IOPA, Ambassador Emmanuel Nkweke, who highlighted the significance of United Nations ECOSOC and its role in promoting global peace and development, said ECOSOC is one of the 6 principal organs of the United Nations responsible for promoting economic and social development and fostering international cooperation on issues like poverty, inequality, and climate change.
IPA remains the highest international organization that is promoting the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals all over the world.
To promote peace, stated that they should consider the implications of their actions, foster peace, and understand their immediate surroundings, knowing that local actions can have a ripple effect on global peace development. Keynote speaker Paulinus Osuji and other stakeholders harped on the significance of the event in relation to peace, economic development, as well as safety and security, while some inductees reacted to all that took place at the conference.
Peace is the ultimate prize for all humanity, and as this International Day of Peace reminds us, the solutions are in our hands. We are